mentioning to Madam Chair that I have a very long-standing history with Nigeria. I happen to have had my first degree from the University of Jos in Plateau State, so I'm a great Josite. Thank you. I also went to secondary school in Nigeria, St. Louis Girls, so I feel like I've come back home again. Just from an economic perspective, you do know that we are middle income status, second largest economy. We all know the first largest economy in West Africa is. The population is just slightly in excess of 26 million. But I think what is interesting for us in looking at not only things like mobile subscriber indications and being part of the top 5 in sub-Saharan Africa for doing business, more importantly is the reform and the legal and regulatory framework within which we're executing. Our law first, in terms of investment, was put in place in 1968. It took over a decade and a half to go back and revisit the legislation. And then more recently, in 2013, the old act was repealed. It took several years, again, almost another decade and a half, to revisit the legislation. And I think what has been interesting is our focus on ensuring that the legislation is married to our current economic circumstances in order that we have a basis and a premises to engage with the business community. And so quite a number of significant reforms were executed in between 2008 to date.